TNBC. Come and get it.
Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell, and right alongside me, the lovely Miss Stacy, and we are delighted. I got to shake his hand. You don't know how long it's been, and I'm not going to tell him. Michael St. John and I worked together so many years ago that it's a pleasure to know we're both still up above and vertical.
It's always great when you wake up on this side of the grass, Lance, that's for sure. And
Michael, it's great to have you down here. I wasn't expecting it. Hey, and I really appreciate you filling in for those weeks that we're taking off occasionally on the vacation.
Well, first of all, it's always a pleasure, and it's a pleasure sitting next to you. I know here's a man that's been Mr. Wrestling in this business for years, and it's a pleasure being able to share a mic with you.
We were talking back about some of the last times that we worked together. One of them was up in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We did some shows up there. And
I remember
that was a wild night.
That was a wild night.
Absolute fact.
I think the desk ended up being trashed that night.
Absolutely. What do we got coming up today, Michael?
Great card of action tonight, today rather. Bloody Ox Brody will be in action.
Yes.
He's a tough guy. Looking forward to seeing him. Brian Christopher will be taking on the Spellbinder. That's a main event in any arena in the country. And then, oh boy, what a match. The USWA Tag Team Championship on the line as the Shooting Stars will take on the Truth Commission.
Stacy, you remember last week the Shooting Stars came in here totally unheralded. Nobody expected anything, and they end up doing what? Winning the USWA title. It was a great day of action. We've got plenty of it going, and I got to tell you one thing for a fact. It doesn't get any better than it's going to be today. Stay right where you are. Stacy, Michael, and Lance say we'll be back in just a moment.
We are back on the USWA, ready to go with our opening bout today. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing 227 pounds from Winnipeg in Manitoba, Canada, Jolton Bobby Bolton. His opponent, also in the ring at this time, from Swan Pond Bottom in Lake Cumberland, Kentucky, here's Bloody Ox Brody. One fall. Hey, come on, Bruno. For crying out loud. What a way to start a match. And Bloody Ox Brody looks like a crazy man in the ring, Lance. Yeah, I'm going to run up here and see if I can. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, got your microphone. That idiot. Boy, hey, Bobby Bolton, Michael, and hammers it down into that match. Well, I knew we were in trouble when Brody came in here swinging that big cane of his, and now he goes right to work first on the ring announcer, and now on Bolton, but Bolton with a little comeback from the corner, kicking to the midsection of Brody. Here comes Brody right back at him. Big elbow hammers down on the top of the head of Bolton, and from behind, that's what we call a hair pull. Big scientific Olympic hold. This guy, I'm telling you, I've only been around him a couple of times, and that's too many, because he is absolutely a total idiot. Big arm, forearm slammed him down to the mat. He's maniacal as he goes in the ring. There's no really set pattern to what he's doing. He just attacks. He's just attack. Bolton in the corner right now, and Brody follows him right in and lights with the eyes. And I'm sure that he's got a lot of resentment, Michael, because looking across the ring at this handsome young fellow, Bobby Bolton, and he looks like the kind of guy that's built up a lot of hatred for anybody that's living and breathing on this same earth as Bloody Ox Brody. Watch this. Wham! Big right hand. And Bolton caught again. Now here he comes back out of the corner. Bolton just fighting for his life. I don't think he was expecting this onslaught by Brody, but here comes Bolton. Right forearms to the top of the chest. Brody into the rope. Bolton catches him with a drop kick. Stuns him momentarily, and Brody up against the rope. Sent to the corner. And don't want to do that. Oh, he's got the chain. Downtown Bruno, the referee, calls for the bell and a disqualification as Brody grabs that big logging chain, going right after the around the throat, going right after Bruno down in the corner, and the referee caught with that chain.
This man is absolutely crazy, Lance. Brody loses it on a disqualification. If it's any consolation, look out, he's coming over. Bobby Bolton comes out the winner. Stay loose, folks. This fool Ox Brody is over here with that chain. Take it out of here. Really? Don't go. Wait a minute. Come on. I don't want to see it. Where's that go? Man, I'm telling you one thing, Stacey. Don't settle in that chair too comfortable. Let me tell you that, my dear. Michael, we learned that a long time ago. Stay loose and get ready to get out of here. Hey, that's good to see you. We're going to talk to you later in the show. Well, I just had... No, we've got some...
Listen, I got a problem, and you know what the problem is, Stacey. You know what the problem is, Michael St. John. You know what the problem is. I show up here today expecting to do color commentary because I've been doing it for like months now, and all of a sudden I find out Michael St. John is out here, and I want to know the reason for it. What is the reason? Why is he out here and I'm not here?
Well, Michael is just... It was a mix-up or something. Michael,
Lance, I got a call from the office on Tuesday. They asked me to come down to be on the show today, and here I am. I mean, that's the way it is.
Well, I'm here. I'm here too.
I think what happened is they thought that I was going to be off this week, and Michael was called by mistake. It's the wrong week.
And he is down here. But we just didn't get a chance to go over the whole thing. You know how rushed it was before. And we'll talk about it later on.
No, we're not going to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it right now. I need to be sitting right there, and he's there. We're both here. What I want to know is why is he there and I'm not there?
Hey, well, don't make such a big deal about it.
It is a big deal.
Look,
it is a big deal. It's lack of respect.
Michael came down from St. Louis, if you want to know. He drove down from St. Louis.
He came down from...
And we, as a guest in here today, we're just having him sit right there, and that's all.
Where did you think
driven all the way from St. Louis to
Where did you
here.
think I drove from? Across the street? I drove down from Nashville. He drove down from St. Louis. I drove, too. I drove a long way, too. Oh. And I want to know...
Wait a minute. This is... Lance, no, I'll just leave.
Michael, sit down. Hey, sit down.
Wait a minute.
Dutch is not here running the show.
Sit down?
What? Yes, I told him to sit down there, Dutch.
Listen, there's only room for 3 people out here.
Let's not get nasty out here.
No, listen, let me tell you something, Lance. You're overreacting to this. Look, there's only 3 chairs here. There's only room for 3 people. You don't want Michael St. John to leave. Obviously, you're not going to leave. You know who needs to leave? Stacy, you need to leave.
Oh, now wait a minute,
Stacy, you need to take a hike and get out of here.
Stacy, you just stay right there.
You know why she needs to leave? She knows absolutely nothing about wrestling. She can't do an interview, and the only reason, Stacy, you're out here.
Nobody asked your opinion.
No, the only reason she's out here is she's got a skirt hiked up to her butt. That's the only reason she's out here.
We are not going to stand out here and go through this. Now, Dutch, you know better than that. You're supposed to know something about broadcasting.
Now, do you think he's a better announcer than me? You think Michael St. John's a better announcer than I am?
Don't start trying to put that on me. It's not my decision on it.
Whose decision is it?
Well, what difference does it make? It's been decided. This is the way it was set up. Michael is a guest here today.
So
Stacy is part of the team, and you are too, except I'm telling you, I wonder now with the kind of action
you've had
today.
somebody thinks he's a better announcer. That's who made the decision.
Well,
Somebody,
maybe that's the case. Maybe somebody thinks he's a better announcer than you.
Well, let me ask you, Lance. Let me ask you something. Do you think personally that he's a better announcer than I am?
Don't put that on me.
Oh, tell me, Lance. Do you think if you open the door to it, do you think he's a better announcer or not?
Wait a minute. Now, if you want to get down to it, I'm hearing people over there, and let me make my own statement about it. And the fact is, Michael, all his life, has been in broadcasting. He's been a professional announcer. He's been a television announcer. Broadcasting has been his whole life. He is a professional announcer. And Dutch, if you want to put it down there, taking all the criteria in, yes, Michael St. John is a better announcer. That's what he does. You're a wrestler. You're a professional wrestler.
Lance,
he's a professional
You
announcer.
just showed me your ignorance. Stacy, who's a better announcer, me or Michael St. John?
Dutch, I'm going to agree with Lance. I think Michael is.
Okay.
Besides, you're a wrestler. You're not an announcer.
You're stupid, too, because you're a woman. You have no business out here. I'm going to get some more people out here.
No, you're not going to get anybody. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Let me tell you, you can take all the breaks you want to. You can take all the breaks you want to, but I'm going to get to the bottom of this. He don't need to be sitting right.
Boy, it's not like I'm stunned about too many things in wrestling, but I'm really surprised at Dutch. He comes out here The biggest news of the year I almost forgot because of Dutch's tirade out here, and that is that King Reginald ends up defeating Jerry the King Lawler for the Unified World Heavyweight title. I was stunned about it, had no idea that there was any way, but we're going to see how it all occurred sometime in the future. I can tell you in a moment that if it hadn't been for Queenie, there would, well, here, oh,
She got off easy,
whoa.
huh?
Look at, you see that suit?
Wow.
Yeah, there he is. You're the real king, all right. Oh, let's just make, before you start all of your big stuff, King Reginald, let me be sure that everybody understands that the only way that you ended up getting that title was when Queenie threw powder in Jerry Lawler's eyes, and that's the only way you ended up getting that belt from it. And listen, next week, we're going to have the tape here, and we're going to show everybody so they won't be confused about how you got the title.
Look, man, I don't give up. You know what, how I won this title. If she threw powder in his face, how many times, let me ask you a question, man. How many times over the years have Jerry Lawler had help win the title? I'm talking about like Jimmy Hart, Sam Bass. How many times had Lawler...
Ancient history. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the match when she threw powder in Jerry Lawler.
Look, Banana Nose, don't cut me off no more. Okay, what, you got your PhD, you got your player haters degree? Don't be jealous. Hey, it's my time now, baby. I'm the real king. Let me tell you something. How many times you seen Jerry Lawler hit somebody with a chain?
Again, you're going back, it's ancient history. That's not what we're talking about.
How many times you seen Jerry Lawler power drive somebody illegally and win the title? How many times you done seen Jerry... Shut up. Shut up, you low budget. Tell them low budget to shut up while I'm out here trying to talk.
I'm sorry, King.
Well, how many times you done seen Jerry Lawler cheat?
Listen, she ended up making the belt come around your waist by throwing the powder in Jerry Lawler's eyes, and that's all there is to it. The people will see it next week.
Man, I wouldn't care if she threw a dump truck in Jerry Lawler's eyes. Look who got the belt. That's all that counts right now. You know what? It ain't been but a week. It's been a week already. I got promoters calling me, talking about Jerry Lawler this, Jerry Lawler want that, Jerry Lawler... Tell him to stop crying, dog. He ain't gonna get no shot. I'm gonna walk down Hollywood. I'm going over to Ralph, hang out with all my boys, you understand? I'm gonna let all the kids take a picture with this belt. I'm gonna charge them $50. If they got their own camera, it's $49.
I believe that.
Huh?
Yeah, you would. You'd charge them $50.
Hey, look, Queenie.
The fans love him.
Yeah, King Reginald. Oh, you got your fine new suit.
Hey, look, this is what the money I bought once I won the belt. This is what I bought. Will you tell these low budgets to sit down and recognize that I'm the real king now? I'm the only true king in Memphis. Tell them stop being judged.
And now you're talking about not giving him a return shot for the title.
Hey, you know what? Queenie came to me. Queenie came to me and said, Reggie B, I would love for Jerry Lawler to be my slave, to be my dog, just do anything. But I said, Queenie, whatever you want, baby, because she helped me win this belt true enough. Queenie, what do you want me to do? I'll get a low budget another shot. Jerry Lawler's scared of me now. Everybody know I can beat that trick. He's scared of me now. That punk is real scared of me.
As long as you got her throwing powder in the eye.
Well, you just remember that I'm there to watch Reggie's back, and I'm the one that helped him be the true king. So I talked to him, and we've decided that we will give Jerry Lawler a shot at the belt because we know he's not going to win. But just in case, you know, he gets the title. But when he loses, he gets to be my houseboy for a week.
Yeah, you like that. I got a big picture of that happening.
And all those things that everybody thought I was going to do, no, I don't think so. Because I have some plans myself of what I want Jerry Lawler to do for me. And none of them are very nice.
What you want him to do, baby? What you want him to do? Let me hear the stipulation, and I may agree to it. What do you want that low budget to do?
What I want him to do? For starters, I want him to chew my lawn down with his teeth.
Dream on.
Look. He ain't got no damn business out here on my interview. Hey, don't be so jealous, boy. Don't be so jealous. You like to have this back, wouldn't you? You'd like to have this, wouldn't you?
Well, there he is, floating and rubbing it in. That's the King Reginald who, with the aid of Queenie, got the belt from the King.
Well, let me just say this. I hear you out here talking about, is that the only way I'm going to get a return match? Is if I got to agree to be, what do you call it? A houseboy.
A houseboy for a whole house. 2 weeks, not a week, 2 weeks. If you want another shot of this, boy, for 2 weeks you got to be a houseboy. This lady here wants you to clean out her septic tank. Whatever is a septic tank, but I heard it smell real bad. She wants you to cut her grass. She wants you to mow her grass with your teeth, boy. She wants you to get down there.
I tell you what I want, Jerry Lawler. I have never hated a man as bad as I hate you. You have put me down more than once, and your only problem is that you're jealous because you can't have the queen. So let me tell you, I'm going to have you scrubbing my toilet with your toothbrush if you own one. And while you do that, and while you're scrubbing my floors and shining my marble floors, I will be wearing the sexiest, see-throughest, hottest negligee anybody has ever seen. And, honey, you are going to want me so bad you can taste it. But I got news for you, honey. You'll never get it because you'll never be man enough to be with a queen.
Yeah. Boy, I got to tell you.
He ain't got the guts, but now to know he'll play a hater just like you. He ain't going to agree to those stipulations. He ain't going to do it.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, Reggie. Yeah, I'm going to agree to the stipulation because there's something real wrong with this picture when Reggie B. Fine is out here with the Unified World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Go with that.
So I'm going to tell you something, Queenie. You get you a long list of chores. You get you 2 weeks worth of chores all written down nice on a piece of paper, because when that match is over, you can crumple that piece of paper up and you can eat it as far as I'm concerned, because it's no way that Reggie is ever going to beat me twice. I ain't going to be your houseboy, if you know what I mean. And Reggie, you better get your picture made as many times as you can get to a camera with that belt, because you're going to be seeing it for the last time. And if you think for 1 minute, Queenie, that I'm going to come to that ring alone this time, I got a little surprise in store for you. I ain't coming by myself. I'm coming to take that belt back.
There it is. He's not backing up.
Go ahead, Lawler. Bring somebody, baby, because it'll take an army to take on the queen.
You know what?
Because we all know that I'm the reason why you're now the true king.
Somewhat. But check it out. You know what? You get these low budgets to call in and write letters like they did last week. Y'all write some letters and let us know what y'all want the queen to do over there. That queen over there.
I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. There goes King Reginald, the unified champion right now with Queenie. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back. No. Hey. Okay, Michael, what do we got coming up?
We got a big card of action coming up at the big one in Memphis on Sunday, April 27th. That is a week from tomorrow, Lance, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the big one, and a special general admission price of only $3 per ticket for general admission. That's at the big one next Sunday, April 27th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Not today, not tomorrow, but next Sunday we've got the action at 3 o'clock. And what kind of card have we got going in there? The opening match is going to be Flash Flanagan going against movie star Mike Sample. Then it'll be followed by Stephen Dunn, as he'll be going against the big interrogator from the Truth Commission. And it'll be Billy Travis facing Paul Diamond. We're going to see Paul out here today, back in action after some time absent. The Truth Commission will be facing Dutch Mantel and superstar Bill Dundee. The USWA heavyweight title, Michael, will be Brian Christopher going against Bloody Ox Brody. And the final match of the day is going to be the King, Jerry Lawler, the real king, facing King Reginald, the unified world heavyweight champion. If Lawler wins it, he gets the title. If he loses it, he is going to be the houseboy for Queenie for a week or two.
I don't see that happening.
No, I don't. You.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I can see that son of a gun. He's going to be a big one. When he says he'll be ready for that match with Queenie, you better believe he is going to do it. Okay, that's what's coming up a week from tomorrow at the big one. 3 o'clock is the time. Let's go over right now to Tony Friedman. Tony, how about the out-of-town act?
USWA on tour, kicking off this Wednesday night. Lady Luck Casino, West Helena, Arkansas. Always love coming up to the Lady Luck Casino this Wednesday night
April the 23rd, 8 p.m. Take a look at the names on this one. The superstar Bill Dundee, Dirty Dutch Mantell, the King Jerry Lawler, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, and a whole host of others. This Wednesday night, April the 23rd, 8 p.m., West Helen, Arkansas, the Lady Luck Casino. Then Friday, April 25th, Blytheville, Arkansas, the National Guard Armory. Look at the big names on this one. Bell time is 7:30 this Friday night, Blytheville, Arkansas, at the National Guard Armory. Friday night, April the 25th, probably the biggest night ever of live wrestling action in Union City, Tennessee, at the Union City High School. Bell time is 8 p.m. Jerry the King Lawler, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, King Mabel, and a whole lot more this Friday night in Union City. And take a look, extra added match, the 512-pound John Bunch, the promoter in Union City, will be taking on the King Jerry Lawler. Hair versus hair. All happens this Friday night, Union City, Tennessee, at 8 p.m. Moving right along, we will be in Brownsville, Tennessee, Saturday night, April 26, 8 p.m. at the Haywood High School. 1 week from today, Saturday night, April 26, 8 p.m., Brownsville, Tennessee. Then we are going to be in Helena, Arkansas at the Lady Luck Casino every single Wednesday night beginning in May at the Lady Luck Casino Pavilion. Brinkley, Arkansas, Thursday, May 1st, 8 p.m. at the Convention Center. Brinkley, Arkansas, another great town for live USWA action. Thursday night, May 1st, 8 p.m. Friday night, May 2nd, Jonesboro, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. Big card in Jonesboro. Friday night, May 2nd at the National Guard Armory. Then, Friday night, May 9th, we return to Caruthersville, Missouri at the Casino Astar, and featured on that card will be a 14-man battle royal. Friday night, May 9th, 7:30 p.m. Also Friday night, we will be in Wynne, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. More on that next week. Then, Friday night, May 16th, the citywide tour of the USWA kicks off in Collierville, Tennessee. Friday night, May 16th, our first stop on the citywide tour at the high school. Big names all signed for Collierville, Tennessee. It's the USWA on tour. Make sure you catch it when it comes to your neck of the woods. We're going to take time out. Be back with more USWA Wrestling right after this.
USWA Wrestling is brought to you in part by Bill Blake Insurance, now with a new location at Getwell and Rhodes.
Back on USWA Championship Wrestling, ready for more action. One fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing already in the ring, representing the Nation of Domination, weighing 280 pounds. Here is the Spellbinder.
It's the Spellbinder. Forget about the Nation of Domination.
Tony's a little gun shy. I don't blame him after that stupid Brody earlier on. Here he comes, Too Sexy Brian Christopher.
And boy, what an outstanding athlete this young man has turned into, Lance. I have never been so surprised in all my life as to the progress that this man has made in professional wrestling. He is absolutely on top of his game.
You know, he's the kind of guy. Well, let's go to Tony for the introduction.
His opponent, the reigning USWA heavyweight champion from Memphis, Tennessee.
Everybody knows who we are. You people shut your mouths. I'm going to tell you something, Chris. I've been waiting a long time for this, to pay you back for what you did to my arm. And today is the day.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'll tell you what. I've been waiting for a long time to shove my fist down your throat, Dale. And I'll tell you what, today is that day also.
Whoa, Brian Christopher, he only takes so much. What we were going to say a little earlier, Michael, I agree with you about Brian, but he is the most intense young man. Look out, kids.
And we're seeing that intensity right now, Lance, and the Spellbinder's head rammed into the pole. Brian Christopher going right in after him on the floor. Boy, oh boy, these two are just fisticuffs city. Christopher got pile driving. Oh!
Suplex snapped him right down on the floor. I mean, pounded. Spellbinder on that hard floor, and Brian Christopher really getting after him.
And when Brian catches fire, he is unstoppable. Up off the top rope. Oh, Spellbinder caught him in the midsection coming off. And Christopher goes down, caught a real strong right hand in the midsection. And Spellbinder right there on top of him. These two are just tooth and nail after each other.
He is a mighty man, this Spellbinder is. He's a big son of a gun, but you know, Brian Christopher doesn't bother him a bit. Right at the moment, he has been popped pretty good. Look at that. Dropped him right flat on his face, down on the mat. Christopher picked up by the head. Spellbinder takes him over so he can stick his face in the camera and rips him with a right hand.
Two tremendous athletes with strong upper body strength, and as you see, as this match is taken its course so far, using that upper body strength to really attack each other. Strength versus strength.
And we've got two strong ones in there right now, and Brian Christopher, the USWA heavyweight champion, and the Spellbinder, who's been a force on and off in the area for quite some time. Physically very big, very strong. Rips a right to the midsection on Christopher. Scoop, slam, goes to the rope, and does a complete somersault and bails him right down on the floor.
The agility of the Spellbinder, that was quite impressive. He missed that one. Spellbinder going right back for what worked before, but Christopher out of the way, throwing that right hand, blocks it again, throws another one. Christopher with those strong uppercuts has the Spellbinder reeling. Into the corner he goes, and Christopher's gonna do some damage.
Brian, who has tremendous stamina, coming back on the Spellbinder, rips him with the right hand. The referee counts him. There's a scoop slam coming from Brian Christopher. And do you want the super kick? And the crowd, yeah, they love to see Brian Christopher fire that super kick. And it's one that puts them all down.
Uh-oh, look out, Lance.
From behind, Christopher grabs.
Oh, ring the bell, Lance.
Ox Brody in the ring. He's got that chain, that logging chain, and both men are going after Brian Christopher. Brian being attacked from behind by Ox Brody just as the match was getting to the most intense point of these two men right after each other, and now Ox Brody comes in.
He says ring the bell again, Lance.
And he's trying to hang Brian
Christopher. He is hanging him. Look at that. And the Spellbinder up off the floor. We need some help out here. Hey, somebody back there watching. Here comes the gun. Bobby Bowles. Bryce Flanagan.
They clear out.
Ox Brody from out of nowhere from behind with that logging chain, and Brian Christopher the worst for wear in the ring.
Boy, I mean to tell you, it's bad enough trying to take on one person like the Spellbinder. You get that crazy Ox Brody.
Look out, Lance. Look out. Look out.
Hey, come on now.
Let me tell you something, Lance Russell, and all you people out there. Brian Christopher, you're not going to be such a pretty boy when bloody Ox Brody gets done with you. You're going to look just like me in your mask. And what in the world are you doing with a woman in professional wrestling?
Nobody even asked you out here. Now take it. Now watch out. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a break, and we'll be back when we get this fool out of here. Tell you, I'm looking forward to going to the ring for our next match. We've got Paul Diamond coming up, and so many. Dutch.
Get up.
Now you.
No, listen.
Yeah, listen.
Give me this mic. Do you call what y'all just called here? Y'all call that objective broadcast journalism? You call it that? That was pathetic.
What? Oh,
that was pathetic. If I call something like that, I would turn in my resignation. I would quit. I want to get some people out here who know what they're talking about. Now, you cut me short just a minute ago, saying, no, we're not going to talk to anybody else. Yes, we are going to talk to some people, and I want to get some more opinions of people who know what they're talking about, other than you, Stacy, who know absolutely nothing. And Michael St. John, I'm not even going to ask you because you're the one who started all this today anyway.
In case you just happened to tune us up, Dutch Dutch Mantel through a mistake. Michael was invited down here as our guest because they thought I was going to be gone.
Okay.
Dutch is out here griping because he's not sitting in the chair.
If I can interrupt just quickly for a second, I would like to say that I have a big announcement a little later in the show.
Oh, wait a minute. Nobody gives a flit about some big announcement that you're going to make. Listen, I'm going to tell you. I am not rude. Listen, Bobby Bolton, I want to ask you something. You hadn't been around here a long time, but you've heard me. You've heard Michael St. John. I'm getting to the bottom of this. Who do you think is a better color commentator? Who is a better announcer, Bobby Bolton?
Well, if you insist, no offense, Michael St. John is a better announcer.
Okay, Dutch, now, that ought to get the job.
Well, I know what your big announcement is. Your big announcement is, I'm the biggest idiot in professional wrestling. You're dismissed. Get out of here. You don't even know what you're talking about either. See, it's all a lack of respect. It's all a lack of respect. You see, you got these young punks in this wrestling business that have no respect for anybody. I'm an icon. I am an icon in the professional wrestling business. Oh, here's a guy. What is it, Billy?
First of all, Dutch, I want to ask you a favor, partner.
What is it?
Well, you know, last week, Flash Flanagan's, I accidentally broke his picture. He had a picture of him and Lance. He had it for a long time.
Yes,
and
he
I
did.
accidentally broke it. And you know, Dutch, I know you're a good friend of his.
Yeah, I am.
And I've been trying to call him about 30 times. I've called him 30 times. He won't answer my calls, and he won't call me back.
Now, that's being rude. When a guy calls you 30 times, you won't call him back.
Please, I know you're a friend of his. Can you get him and let me talk with him, please?
All right, listen, you want a favor from me? Yes, I do. I want a favor from you. Let's back up. Stand right there. Stand right there. I want to ask you point blank, who is the better announcer? Me, or Michael St. John?
You are, Dutch.
See, I told you. Okay, Billy, listen. I'm going to go with you right now. We're going to get Flash. You're going to get your chance. I do things around here other than, like, you don't do nothing. You don't do too much.
Okay, Dutch, please, anything just to take it out there. Tony, what do we got coming up? Michael, I'm sorry.
All right, thanks a lot, Lance Russell. Hopefully I get to the announcements this time. Introducing first, on his way to the ring, wrestling out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing 250 pounds, here's Crazy Luke Graham Jr. His opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area, wrestling out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, weighing 235 pounds, welcome back to the USWA, Paul Diamond. One fall, 10 minutes in time.
Yeah, there he is, Paul Diamond. Tickled to see him back in action. A great Canadian athlete. Paul played hockey. He was
soccer. He was a soccer star with
yes,
the
he was.
Tampa Bay Rowdies of the Professional Soccer League. And he's been quite a wrestler. You know, he owned half of the AWA World Tag Team Championship at one time. He's been the All-Asian Tag Team Champions across the water. This is one fine wrestler.
Pat Tanaka was his partner in most of his championships. Paul is just an outstanding athlete, and he is back in the area, and today reintroduced to the wrestling fans out there, going against Crazy Luke Graham Jr. Look at Paul, for a big guy, good speed.
And it doesn't look like he's missed a step. I mean, he's right there on top of his man, goes right at him, and a very scientific wrestler. I mean, this is a man that can really handle himself quite well in the ring.
Boy, I can tell you that for a fact. Big gripe coming up with Crazy Luke Graham. Hey, you know, I've been around the business a long, long time, as you young kids know.
How long, Larry?
One of the things about it is that I still hear, thank goodness, from an awful lot of people around the business. And Michael, I wish I could, I'm not going to, but I'll just kind of whet the appetite of people. I have heard a rumor that a former world champion is wants to challenge a big name in the USWA. Now, I don't know how they would phrase that in the gossip sheet.
That's all you're going to tell us?
Hey, that's all I can tell you right now, because this is strictly rumor stage, Stacy. And but it's kind of interesting, and if anything develops out of it, it's going to be one that'll get everybody's attention, Michael.
Well, I tell you, Lance, in this business...
Whoa! What a drop kick! Michael, mean, Paul almost went over his head, Michael.
He knocked him right down to the mat, and boy, that had a lot of power behind it. You know what you alluded to before, though, Lance, in this business, I've learned over the years where there's smoke, there's fire, and I guarantee you, if Lance Russell hears something, you can almost bet on it. It's a sure thing.
Oh, look at that, a spinning back kick from Paul Diamond. He whips into Crazy Luke, and Luke reverses it, and here he comes as he stepped in. Paul flipped it up, off, hammered him right down into the middle of the ring. And Paul Diamond, he doesn't look like he's lost a step, my friend.
Absolutely, a tremendous athlete. Gonna pick him up, going with his legs, turns it into a reverse bulldog, and down goes Graham. Diamond with the cover, and that's it.
Bang! He got it! Paul Diamond making his return here in the USWA. A fine win over a tough, Crazy Luke Graham. We've got more action, including a USWA tag title match coming up, and we're going to get to that in just one moment. Happy birthday to you. I'm not going to sing. I'm going to let you enter. We got some birthdays in the audience today, Stacey.
We've got two people in the audience today having a birthday. The first one is Crystal Strain. Happy birthday. She's 15.
That's Crystal in the tie-dye shirt.
Right. And then we have Blake Todd. He's 9 years old today. Happy birthday, Blake.
Hey, Blake. Glad to have you up here. Listen, this might be a good time to remind you that we would like very much to have you up here. One of the neat things about it, and you might know I'd mention it, the tickets are free. And we're always in for a good time when you come to Studio Wrestling. All you have to do is... Huh? All right. Oh, okay. Billy, I'm trying to figure what in the Sam Hill you're doing out here with me.
Lance, get the microphone over here. Mr. St. John, that's what Dutch is the best announcer. You know, Lance, I'm going to see if Dutch Mantel's a man of his word. He said he would bring Flash out here. I got a little present for him. You know, Garth Brooks gave me this guitar, and I know that the picture meant a lot to Flash, and I'd like to give him this guitar. Flash, how come you haven't returned my phone calls, pal?
Billy Travis.
Let me show you what broadcast journalists do. Excuse me, Lance. Listen, you have. I told you I'd get Flash, didn't I? And right here he is. Flash, listen. Excuse me, Lance. This is you crowding me here. Listen, you got something to tell Flash?
Yes, I do. Flash, first of all, I am very, very sorry about the picture. I know it meant a lot to you, but it was an accident. You didn't return my phone calls. Why? I don't understand. But listen, this has been in my family for a lot of years. Garth Brooks gave this to my family about 10 years ago, and I'd like to give it to you as a token.
No, I don't want your guitar. I want something that can't be replaced, and that's that picture. So just keep your guitar, Billy. I don't want it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, our friendship, our partnership is just like that picture. It's a memory. I want nothing to do with you, Billy. You just go about your business, I'll go about mine.
Flash, wait a minute. Flash, it was just a picture. It was just a picture.
Hey, that picture meant a lot to me. It may not have meant much to you, but it meant something to me.
Lance, who got you involved in this?
Well, I'm involved.
Just because your
the picture was me and Lance. It wasn't you or anybody. It was me.
Lance is just an announcer, Flash.
Hey, Lance is my friend. Lance is my friend.
Man.
Billy, don't get that kind of an attitude out here. You're hanging around with... Boy, I'm telling you, now that's the kind of stuff that is just totally uncalled for. You get jealous over something like that and bust your guitar over. That meant a lot. Thank you, Stephen.
Let me tell you something. You ought to kiss my feet for even me considering to let you be my partner, punk. I've had more partners. I am a technician, tag team wrestler.
Yeah, you're also somebody that has absolutely no manners or anything else.
Hey, I don't need your stinking help.
Yeah. You need somebody's help. You need to go get some help. That's what you need, Billy Travis. Out here and pounded him right over the head.
Get out of here right now, Travis. It's going to be me and you. Get out of here.
comes out here and busts it. All right, Billy. Okay, I'll tell you what we do. Tony, before we come over there, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Get him out of here!
Yeah, before we get over to Tony with the out-of-town for the USWA on tour, I just want to say on behalf of all of those connected with USWA Wrestling, our condolences to the family of Benny Joyner, who came to an untimely passing this past week, and we just wish our very best to you and extend our condolences to you. Okay, let's go right now over to Tony and the action.
All right, lots of action coming up around the USWA Tour. Hopefully Flash Flanagan's going to be all right so he can make some of the action. Like this Wednesday night, Lady Luck Casino, West Helena, Arkansas, April 23rd, 8 p.m. at the Lady Luck Casino. Big card of action this Wednesday night in West Helena. Friday night, April 25th, we're going to be in Blytheville, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. Flash Flanagan is scheduled for that one, as is Billy Travis, the Superstar Bill Dundee, the Birdman Coco Beware, and a whole lot more. Friday, April 25th, Blytheville, Arkansas. Friday night, April 25th, I said it before, the biggest night of wrestling possibly ever to hit Union City, Tennessee. Friday night, April 25th at 8 p.m. at the Union City High School. And look at the extra added match. The 512-pound promoter, John Bunch, takes on Jerry the King Lawler, hair versus hair, Friday night, this Friday night, Union City, Tennessee, at the high school, 8 p.m. is bell time. Then we move along. Brownsville, Tennessee, Saturday, 1 week from today, April 26th, 8 p.m. at the Haywood High School. We'll have a little bit more on that next week. Brownsville, Tennessee, Saturday night, April 26th. Then West Helena, Arkansas, every single Wednesday night, beginning in May at the Lady Luck Casino Pavilion. We'll be telling you a lot more about that as the weeks progress. Then Brinkley, Arkansas, Thursday night, May 1st, 8 p.m. at the Convention Center. Dirty Dutch Mantell, the Superstar Bill Dundee, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, the Birdman Coco Beware, all signed for Brinkley, Arkansas. Thursday night, May 1st, 8 p.m. at the Convention Center. Friday night, May 2nd, Jonesboro, Arkansas, the National Guard Armory. The King Jerry Lawler will be there, as will Too Sexy Brian Christopher, the Truth Commission, the Superstar Bill Dundee, Paul Diamond, all signed, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Friday night, May 2nd at the National Guard Armory. Caruthersville, Missouri, Friday night, May 9th, 7:30 p.m. We're going to be back at the Casino Aztars Expo Center with a 14-man battle royal, plus a whole lot of other great action. We were just in Caruthersville a couple of weeks ago, had a great time. Looking forward to coming back Friday night, May 9th, 7:30 p.m. Wynn, Arkansas, Friday night, May 9th at the National Guard Armory. We'll tell you a little bit more about that next week. Then the first ever stop on the citywide tour, Collierville, Tennessee, Friday night, May 16th at the Collierville High School. Make sure you're down there to check that out. Then we're going to be in Parsons, Tennessee, Saturday night, May 17th, 7:30 p.m. at the Riverside High. Take a look at the names on that one. Going to be a big card in Parsons. More on that next week. It's the USWA on tour. Next Saturday, we're going to be at the Big One Expo Center in Memphis. Here to tell you all about it is Lance Russell, Michael St. John, and Stacy.
Hey, see, you're like a lot of people may be. They think it's next Saturday because you said so. It's a week from tomorrow. It's a week from Sunday. That's what it is. Just kidding you, Tony.
Big card of action coming to the big one. That is a week from Sunday.
That's right.
And it's a special bell time at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And general admission tickets for that big show will be at only $3. That is Sunday the 27th.
$3 for everybody in general admission?
Absolutely.
Whoa, I'm on my way.
Opening up on that one, Flash Flanagan will be in action against movie star Mike Samples. Steve Dunn then takes on the Interrogator. Billy Travis will take on Paul Diamond. Tag team action, the Truth Commission takes on Dirty Dutch Mantell and Superstar Bill Dundee. Then in more tag team action, you'll see the Shooting Stars taking on the Spellbinder and Brockus. The USWA Heavyweight Championship on the line as Brian Christopher takes on Bloody Ox Baker. And then the main event will be, I said Bloody Ox Baker, Bloody Ox Brody. And the main event, the Unified World Title match, Jerry the King Lawler against King Reginald with Queenie. If Lawler does not win, he'll have to be Queenie's houseboy.
He is not going to like that at all. I tell you what we're going to do. Take a break right now. We'll be back. More action with the tag team champions in a moment.
Sports coverage you can count on. Today on Action News 5.
Well, sure. Just walk out and say, hey, I want an interview because I got an announcement. Anybody can do it. Movie star Mike Sample.
Maybe anybody can do it, but nobody else is going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, because this thing started a few months ago. Back, if you remember, Jeff Conaway, the star of Taxi, and the star of Grease, hooked me up right there with the people in Hollywood, a nice big Hollywood producer, and I've been sending him tapes week in, week out, everything. The little deal we did up there in Louisville at the Blue Boar restaurant, you remember when I beat the heck out of Bobby Bolton?
Yeah, I remember.
I sent him that clips of all the shows here, everything I've done. If that stupid Bobby Bolton, I've sent out there. And now today, as a special treat for you and all the millions of people watching on TV, and even these rejects over here that get in for free, I have made sure that the producer is going to be right here live on the telephone, and we're going to talk to him right here live on TV. Did the call go through? Could anybody find that out?
Is it true that we've got this thing patched into the system now?
It
is.
Oh, finally.
You've got him on there? Okay, well, it's your phone. It's your nickel, as they say.
Yeah. JR, are you there?
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Hey, great. Listen, let me tell you something. I want everybody out here to know a couple of things. Number one, have I or have I not been sending you tapes every week with every time I beat Bobby Bolton up?
Yes, you have, Mike. You've been sending us tapes. I want to thank you so much. Those things have been great. Thank you so much,
Well, I tell
Mike.
you, that is classic entertainment. That's really must-see TV, because everything I've sent as, hey, I'm looking good. And now, you know, this whole thing, this whole Hollywood thing, thanks to Jeff Conaway, is about to come to fruition. And I got to tell you, I'm excited. I know the people are excited. JR, tell everybody here that you have seen every single thing I've sent you. You've sat and watched it all your people, right? You just haven't stored it away or nothing,
Oh,
right?
yes, absolutely, Mike. We've seen every one of those tapes you sent us, and I want to thank you again so much, because you are really helping us. Like I said, we got all kinds of things in the works here in California. We got movie scripts, pilots, all kinds of stuff, and we can't wait.
Well, I'm glad to be a help, because, I'm glad to everything's going to happen, because
I must say that's pretty impressive.
Is it or is it not some of the greatest talent you've ever seen on those tapes? Tell the truth.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'll tell you, Mike, that Bobby Bolton has got to be one of the biggest stars we've ever seen. And like I said, we cannot wait to get him out here and do some big things with this guy.
What'd you say? What did you say, JR?
Yeah, I said that Bobby Bolton is just great. He's fantastic. Like I said, we can't wait. We got his plane tickets ready. We're sending him out there, and we want to get him out here to California just as soon as we can. Thank you so much, Mike.
Wait just one moment, JR. Mike didn't understand what you said. I think you said you wanted Mike to get Bobby Bolton out to California. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's exactly right. Bobby Bolton. He's looking just the greatest thing. I mean,
Cut, JR. I've been sending you tapes so you can look at me. That was me you were supposed to be looking at, not Bobby Bolton. Is this a joke or what? Go on.
Well, no, Mike, I'm sorry. We thought this was a Bobby Bolton all along. Like I said, I mean, gosh, this just really blown us away when we saw this kid. I mean, I think we're going to do some big things with this guy.
Bobby!
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Reynolds, for giving me the call and filling me in about this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thing,
you're
man.
welcome. It's our pleasure.
This is the greatest. I would like to thank all the people here. I want you all to know. Thank you. I want you all to know I am not giving up on my wrestling career, but I am going to Hollywood. This is the great.
Congratulations, Bobby. That is really great.
I'm leaving in a couple of weeks here, and I'd like to again thank all the people and thank all the people watching at home who supported me. I will return. I'm going up to Hollywood to be a star, baby. It's showtime. Thanks, Mike.
I think it's very generous of you, Mike, to send material on. Whoa, Bobby! Samples goes roaring across the studio, and from behind, you might know that, nails Bobby Bolton and kicking at him as referee Bill Rush comes out to see if he can break things up. Mike, don't do it! Pile driver down on the floor.
You understand that? He won't be in these shows. You won't be a Hollywood star when I get done. You either.
You're a lowlife. That's all I can tell you. We're going to take time out. Yeah, we need to get Bobby some help out here. We'll be back.
Back with you here on Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell, Michael St. John, and Stacy. I'll tell you, I hope Bobby Bolton's okay after taking that neck jamming. That
pile driver right down here on the floor. Dutch. Man, I'll tell you, I'm not in any mood for any more of this kind of stuff.
Oh, you're in a
These
bad
guys come
mood.
out here and slam him down on the floor.
You're in a bad mood. I don't care if you're in a bad mood. Hey, I told you, I want to get some more wrestlers out here. I want to get the opinion of Michael St. John. I want any wrestler back there to come back. I want an opinion from somebody, somewhere, about who is better, me or the substitute here, the Michael St. John who drove all the way from St. Louis here.
Called him, said be here, thought I was going to be gone.
Hey, I've been in this
to
wrestling
that.
business. Stephen Dunn, listen, Paul Diamond, how are you? Good. Listen, I know this is your first day here and all. I want to ask you, and you may not be able to give me a realistic answer or whatever, but who is better, me or Michael St. John? You hear me talking now, and you've heard him talking. Who is better, me or him?
Well, Dutch, this is my first time back in a long time. If I can go by what I've seen today, I see nothing wrong with Michael St. John's performance.
You're right. Absolutely. A professional announcer.
Why are you jumping in my
Paul,
interview?
good to have you back here, too, bud.
Listen. Who is better? Now, you've been around a long time. You've heard the best commentators in the world. You know where I've commentated. I've commentated all over the world, Smoky Mountain, WCW, everywhere, and you've heard Michael St. John. Who is better, me or him?
I got a bone to pick with you. I want to know why, when Billy Travis just waylaid Flash Flanagan from behind with a guitar, you stood here and you didn't do a damn thing about it.
Wait a minute. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with it. That's their problem. All I want to know is who's the better announcer, me or Michael St. John. I had nothing to do with Billy Travis and Flash Flanagan. Hey, I stayed out of it like I should have stayed. I didn't stick my nose in somebody else's business like Michael St. John did. Now, who's better, me or him?
Well, you know what, Dutch? I don't think much about you as an announcer. And as of right now, I think even less of you as a man.
Well, let me tell you one thing.
Well, Dutch, you keep asking questions, you'll get truthful answers like that.
Let me tell you something, Dunn. I may be an announcer, but I'm still a wrestler, and I'm still a wrestler enough to kick your butt anytime you want to go. Anytime you want to go. If you want to go with me.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Anytime you want a piece of me, you just sign on the dotted line, and you won't find me sitting behind a desk somewhere. You'll find me right in the middle of that ring.
All right.
Okay, that don't count. He don't know what he's
that
talking
don't
about.
count,
Because he's a friend with Flash. I had nothing to do with what.
Sure.
Hey, I want to get a guy out here that I know has got an expert. Where is superstar Bill Dundee? I know he's back there. I want to get his opinion. This is a matter of respect. I'm an icon. I want to get somebody's opinion that really counts.
Yeah.
Now, here comes a man that knows what he's talking about. Stacy, don't even look at me again.
Hey,
Bill, let me conduct this interview. Bill, listen. Who is the better announcer, me or Michael St. John? Listen to this, Lance.
Well, Dutchman, you're asking all the wrong people, man. You're asking all them snot-nosed, green behind-the-ear punks, man. I've been in the shower longer than they've been in the ring. Now, Lancer, you're the commentator. You sit there and you say what you see in the ring, and you say the guy's got a headlock, right?
Right.
Then Mr. Michael St. John is supposed to tell you what the headlock does, how much it hurts, or the hammerlock and everything else. He's never been in the ring in his life, so he doesn't know. Yeah. Now, we have the third person. Oh, we know what you're supposed to do. She sits here and she's real cute, and that is it. Yeah. Right?
She's out here as part of our team.
Like I said, you're asking all the wrong people, so if you want to ask somebody who's been around for 20 years or so, my humble opinion, Mr. Mantell, you're the winner.
See, I told you I'm a better announcer here. See, Bill, what it is, it's a matter of respect. There's no respect for these punk-nosed little snotty brats around here. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to leave right now. Since I've got this man's opinion, I am satisfied. The matter is closed. I am a better
looking team, aren't we? We're a good-looking team.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fine. Okay.
I'm going to tell you what, we're going to be back next week.
Thank you very
Bill,
much.
I want to talk to you a little bit later. We're going to be back next week, and we're going to teach some people some respect around here.
I hope you didn't tear up your wrestling card. That's all I can say. Let's go right now to Tony Friedman in the ring. Sorry, gang.
We are set to go for the USWA World Tag Team title match. One fall special 30-minute time limit. Introducing first the challengers at a combined weight of 675 pounds. Here's the team of Recon and the interrogator, the Truth Commission. Their opponents soon to be making their way to the ring area at a combined weight of 445 pounds. Jerry Faith and Troy Hayes, the new USWA World Tag Team Champions, the Shooting Stars. One fall, 10 minutes in time.
USWA Championship on the line. The tag belts held by the Shooting Stars. I've heard a lot about them, Lance.
Well, they stunned it.
Yeah, today.
The Commandant back with his troops.
These so-called shooting stars. Do not forget that a shooting star comes plummeting to Earth and burns itself out. The only reason that these so-called shooting stars had a chance against my boys was because I was not present, number one. And secondly, they were lied to. Again, my carefully laid out diet plan was changed. And then someone who I believe might have been those self-same shooting stars went ahead and paid for women to come to my men the night before their match to make sure they had no energy. That is the only reason that they lost their titles. And today, you will see the truth of this. That is the truth, and it hurts.
Well, you tell them whatever you want to, Commandant. Just make it all feel good for yourself. We got wrestling action in the ring. Michael and Stacy, we're ready to go up there and get for it.
Quite an imposing tag team in the ring.
Boy, they are. Are they big? Man, this Interrogator and Recon set for it. Bell time, and what time we have left, we're going to get this one underway.
I will also say this, whether you like the Commandant or not, he has trained these men very, very well in the ring. They are very disciplined, and you don't see a whole lot of that in tag team action anymore.
But you know, the only thing that I would say in regards to that, Michael, is they can't wrestle without him. They son of a guns, they couldn't beat anybody.
That was proven last week, wasn't it?
That's exactly right. He was over in South Africa and had gone back, and Jerry Hayes rolled him off and got a 1-2. Almost a repeat of it right then and there. I mean, before first offensive move with the Shooting Stars, and they ended up almost getting the pin. Now, how in the world, good thing we got a monitor over here, you sure can't see through all of that beef that's on this side of the ring between us.
That was a beautiful drop kick, well executed by the Shooting Stars. In regard to the fact that the Shooting Stars have the belt, Lance, it did send ripples throughout the wrestling world that this team could come into the USWA and take the titles just pronto from a very, very tough tag team.
Well, they took advantage of the openings that came about, and I'm not sure how long they're going to keep them. They did keep them, I think, a little longer than some folks ever thought they would. They didn't think they'd win them 1-2. They sure didn't think they'd be able to keep them for a week, but they've been able to do it. Big high suplex, and down with the elbow and laid out.
Lance, also, before we go on, I'm sorry to have caused all the problems here today.
Mike, hey, not your fault. We are delighted to have you here. That sorehead Dutch Mantel. I'm stunned at Dutch. I'm actually shocked.
Nevertheless, it's an honor to work here and, of course, to watch the outstanding action that the USWA brings into the arenas week after week after week, and we're seeing evidence right here with this tag team championship match.
In the air. Interrogator. Full slam right in the center of the ring. Recon holds his foot up and head smashed right into it.
Without a doubt, the Truth Commission today is very much a possessed tag team. They have gone right to the fight and taken the fight throughout this first fall right to the Shooting Stars.
They have certainly not backed it up anyway, and they, with the lack of experience, we were afraid that they wouldn't be able to even come close to repeating what they did last week. But they, while they haven't dominated the match, they certainly have stayed in there and gone at it all the way. Recon has taken over. There's the Commandant at ringside, and as long as he keeps these hands out of the action, we'll be totally happy with him. Recon pounding with that right hand.
And the belt's on the line, and right now the Shooting Stars are in trouble of losing those newly won belts as they are being pounded by the Truth Commission at this juncture of the match.
You are right. Ooh. Big forearm.
When you take a team that is as strong as the Truth Commission, Lance, and you put them in a match with a team as agile as the Shooting Stars, you expect to see a different kind of tag team match. But quite frankly, Truth Commission hasn't given the Shooting Stars room to breathe in this one.
Ups, down does Recon after taking the tag. That's another big advantage these guys have. They can reach halfway across the ring with their height. Recon missing a ripping right, but he's able to scoop him off the ropes as he came out, turns it into a slam and drops down with the elbow. Tag goes back to the big interrogator. He steps over the top rope, moves in with a foot to the midsection, and the Commandant just thrills to death.
These guys, when they tag in and out, they don't go through the ropes, they go over the ropes. That gives you an idea of how big they are, and they are just relentless in their pursuit of the Shooting Stars right now. They need to make a tag real bad.
Do get impressed by looking at the kind of control that the Commandant has over his team. Tank, the big masked one, 400-pounder, outside the ring and watching on. And the only thing I could say is maybe the Shooting Stars better hope that he interferes and gets a disqualification. Things are not going well for the champions right at the moment.
Tag made again. They're going to change places. Here comes the interrogator back into the ring, goes right after that big bear hug, gripping it right around the kidney area and right under the lungs. And he is putting a big squeeze on the Shooting Stars right now.
Look at the size of the arms on this guy. Shooting Stars not giving it up. Scoop. Hammer down into the deck. Up onto the second rope. Goes to the top rope. Comes down and misses the splash on him. He was going to splash him from that top rope.
Tag made. Finally. Both members of the Truth Commission on the receiving end of those punches. Now all four men in the ring, Lance.
Referee Bill Rush trying to get it back down to a one-on-one situation. Shooting Stars feeling this is their biggest and best opportunity, get reversed, and are hammered into each other. Down they go on the deck with Recon and Interrogator. Commandant comes around to the side while Recon stays in to handle the work on the inside of the ring. Interrogator slams his man on the outside right into the ring post. Whip! Big leg, spinning leg, and catches him coming off the rope.
Caught him with the side of the knee to the side of his head. And uh-oh, choke slam coming up. Recon delivers.
He choked him all right. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag champions. And I guess the surprising thing is not that the titles are back around the Truth Commission's waist. It's the fact that the Shooting Stars were able to ever pull off that upset win from last week, Michael.
Well, you hate to say it was a fluke victory, but in looking back, it certainly looks that way right now.
Okay.
I told you they would be coming home.
You got it. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back in just one moment.
We have reclaimed what is right.
Okay, we were checking out a very exciting thing coming up in terms of an announcement. I do want to make this announcement. You folks, we would like very much for you to get your tickets and come on up here with us to Studio Wrestling. Absolutely free. USWA Studio Wrestling, 540 South Mendenhall, Box 12-200, Memphis, Tennessee, 38117. Now, this is a new address, not the station address. Please enclose a stamped, self-addressed envelope, and we'll be looking forward to having you up here free for some big, big action. Right now, here is the USWA Heavyweight Champion, Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Good, my boy, and King, we're glad to have you guys out here. got an exciting thing we were just telling the fans coming up that we're very interested in.
Well, what I want to talk about is this exciting thing that happened in the ring earlier today when Bloody Ox Brody jumped in here and wrapped that chain around my neck. Then he threw me down to the mat. I got a dislocated jawbone right now. Then he picked me up and he chokes me over his back. Well, I'll tell you what, Ox Brody. If you're coming in here to make a name for yourself off me, then you've chose the wrong person. Because, pardon me, King, but I'll tell you what, you like to play with chains. Well, I'm the king of the chains. And you know what? At any given time, I might just pull one of these out of my tights and then wrap it around my fist and split you right down the forehead with it. And I'll tell you what, after I do that, they'll really be calling you Bloody Ox Brody when that blood is streaming from your head. And I know we got ourselves a match coming up at the big one. But I'll tell you what, we got another match coming up. It's going to be in Collierville, Tennessee. And I want you right there in Collierville, Tennessee, Friday, May the 16th. And big things are happening. A lot of people call me all the time. They say, Brian, I can't get down there to the big one. You know, well, I'll tell you what. Then we, the USWA, we're coming to you. We're going to be right there in Collierville. So get your tickets quick. I'm talking quick. Because ringside's already been sold out. It's going to be a big show. And Ox Brody, I'm looking for you.
Okay, Brian, some good information there, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to come out here, Lance, take a second to talk about another match that's also coming up. You're talking about Collierville. I think aren't they going to schedule a bus ride up to Collierville?
Yeah, there's a USWA express bus, and what it's going to be, it costs you $15 to get your ticket for it, but that includes the bus ride. Out there will be a host on the bus, and also it includes the tickets to the action at the Collierville site, so it's a whole package plan, and it is, I think, just a super idea. Pardon me, Jerry.
Oh, no problem. And I think they have a telephone number somewhere up here for is that it? The USWA
yeah,
Express.
There it is.
Look,
yeah,
it's
okay.
right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Can you see that, Lance?
Very good.
682-3706, and as you said, I think Brian Christopher is even going to be on the bus. Stacy may be on the bus. Going to be a big bus ride up there. They're going to be showing some wrestling videos. It should be a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what else. I want to talk so just call that number if you're interested, and that's how you can make your reservation.
We'll leave it up there a second while Jerry's talking.
I want to talk for just a second about another big match that's coming up. It's a little bit closer than the Collierville action. It's coming up this coming Friday night in Union City, Tennessee. Now, you know, things haven't been going too good for me lately. You saw I lost to Reggie, Be Fine, and I got a match coming up in Union City against this big fat guy by the name of John Bunch. And somebody told me that, excuse me, putting my back, is there somebody out here from Union City that came? Oh, okay, come here. Look at this little twerp. Come here. Now, I understand you're down here representing the 512-pound John Bunch, who I'm going to have a 5-minute match with, and our hair's what is this? Oh, I guess it's supposed to be a comb, right? Right. Is that what that big fat slob's going to use to comb his hair? Why don't you turn around where people can see it's a comb? You know, this side's blank like the inside of your head.
Appreciate it. John, don't weigh 512 pounds. He's been in intense training. That's the reason he can't be down here right now. He has lost some weight.
We got 30 seconds.
Out. He's at a pancake breakfast in his honor this morning. Is the reason he couldn't be here.
Right, okay. We got to get out of here, Jerry.
Okay,
Time is up. I'm sorry, guys.
Go back and sit over there, you idiots. If John Bunch doesn't have the nerve to come down here and talk for himself, then we don't need to hear about it. John Bunch, this Friday, we'll see you in Union City.